What's going on, comrades? It's the Supreme Leader Aaron here, and today for Outside the Box, we are working on the Bane wave of the DC Multiverse figures. Now, I've been holding on to these for a couple of weeks now. I got these all off of eBay. I paid about base price for all of them, well, maybe a little less than base price. I got them off of eBay. There was a seller that was selling the entire lot for not a bad price, so I definitely snagged it. I'm going to go ahead and tell you right now that I've been waiting on this one after I saw like a couple of my friends, especially Sleeping Collectibles and Life Anime Gaming group, talking about this one. I really wanted to get this kit just because Bane is one of my all-time favorite villains. He ranks right behind like the Joker and Mr. Freeze for me, so he's like my third favorite. So yeah, let's go ahead and get these out of the box and let's get to looking at them, guys. I want to go ahead and try to build that fig. So right off the rip, the first one we're working on here is this Scarecrow. And I love the design of this Scarecrow. A very morbid looking Scarecrow. And I should have cut all the tape before I got into filming here. Oh, I thought I got that. There, got it that time. Thought I got that piece of tape, but apparently I did not. Alright, we got it. We're getting it out of the box here, and as you can see, covered in plastic. That clamshell. Ooh. So, unlike the other ones that come with just a standard stand, this one comes with that nice little like grip stand. I like those kind of stands. I'll bring it out so I'll bring the box closer. Trying to do this over my microphone here. There, I'll just have to do it like that. I'm gonna try not to take anything off the box right now while I've got them loose like this. I'm only working on the figures right now. So right off the rip, let's go ahead and get Scarecrow out of the clamshell here. One good cut there. I don't see anything else that would be remotely holding them in place. Ooh, almost cut that figure. I gotta be very careful there. Let's get that Bane out of there. Bane torso. And right off the rip, the first thing you get here is the torso. And he's super, super chunky. I heard this one's kind of a rough kit to put together. Or a rough build to put together. Just because he's so bulky and there's a lot of like large parts there. But right off the rip, let's go ahead and show off this Scarecrow. I'm loving the design of this. That head alone has some really great details in there. And I like the fact that the mask is kind of on there as well. So let's, I'll show that to y'all up close. Look at that sculpt, guys. That is just beautiful. It's very creepy, but very just amazing at the same time. Now, I know there's a way to mount him to Bane, and I'm looking to see if I can find that peg. It's supposed to be a peg that you can, like, mount him with. But those hands, guys, those hands are just really creepy. It's really creepy, and I like it. I like the creepiness of it. This kind of gives me like it's a very McFarlane feeling figure. The joints are real stiff at first. Again, some good old click joints there. Those fingers are really nice. I love this. I like this figure. This is a very creepy Scarecrow compared to like some of the other ones I've seen. Scarecrow's always been a real creep guy. Oh, there's the peg. You got to pull out his intestines a little bit there to get to the. Let me read the art on the back here. It says, see what it says. Doesn't really give me a story there. Batman Last Night on Earth #2 is where this one comes from. So we're definitely going to set this guy off to the side here. And like I said, we've got our first piece, which is the torso. I'm going to put that Scarecrow on that Bane eventually, because I think that's really cool. Next up, we've got Wonder Woman. Now, this Wonder Woman looks really cool. This is the Wonder Woman from Last Night on Earth #1. Let me go ahead and get the tape cut here. I know I hear a lot of my inbox collectors going, my dude, why? But I'm really proud of one of my inbox collectors, Sleeping Collectibles, for taking the time to unbox his. That was really cool. it kind of gave me an idea of what I'm looking forward to there a little bit. So right off the rip, we've got Wonder Woman here. She comes with her sword. So let's go ahead and get that free from its tapey coffin there. And again, the one thing I don't like about these cheaper, like, soft plastic parts is that, as you can see, the sword kind of got warped a little bit. You can never get like a perfect sculpt, but let me go ahead and get her out of the plastic here. She's in this clamshell as well. Now, I'm a huge fan of, like, Wonder Woman as a character. I always thought she was a pretty good character. Growing up, when I would watch the old cartoons and stuff with my dad, like, we had, like, the old classic channels, because where I live, you can't really get, like, local networks, and Wonder Woman was kind of a character that he would go over. My dad would kind of explain to me in detail, like, who was who. So I found with the clamshell here, if you work the legs out first, you can sometimes get lucky and get the figure out without too much risk. With that cape being in there too, I don't like that. I do not like the McFarlane clamshells. Because, I mean, right off the rip, she's got a nice sculpt here. Very nice sculpt. And I'm going to bring her a little closer so y'all can look at her. But that is a really good Wonder Woman build. I'm liking this kind of, like, devastated Earth look that she's got going on here. Like this, you know, fantasy futuristic mix, kind of. I want to check something real quick, because the sword, she comes with a sheath. And yes, you can put the sword in the sheath. That's awesome. That is so awesome. I love it when they give you a sheath for the figure, and you can put the accessory in it, compared to, like, just leaving it out. She can also wield the sword, which is really cool. So I'm going to try to get her to hold that real quick just to see how that looks in her hand. Again, that blade is super soft, guys. Like, I mean, that is really, really soft, and it scares me in a way. But here she is holding that sword, and you can kind of pose her in a way to make it look like she's actually, like, holding it ready for battle. So that's really cool. Again, I'll bring her closer again so you can kind of see her with that sword in hand. And my camera is actually trying to work today, which is really cool. But that outfit, by far, is one of my favorite outfits right there. Alright. So I'm going to set her and her sword off to the side here. God, I got the sword caught up on her bicep. As far as joint movement, before I really show off anything else, she's got pretty much a solid leg there. There's a bend on the leg there and a bend on the knee. You can bend the knee as well. The cape does kind of make things a little harder for movement, but she does have full range of motion in her head, which works out pretty well. So, you know, you can see, I'll turn it there so you can see it as well. Arm movement is very good. Joints are pretty good on the arm there, and there's like, looks like there's like two ranges for the arm there, 3 ranges for the arm. So altogether, not a bad figure there either. I'm really digging these. These are really nice. So I'm gonna set her there and try not to knock over my camera. And now let's see if we can get these arms in place, because I'm a little intimidated by how these arms are. Oh my god, he is really hard to put together. They weren't lying when they said just how hard this was going to be. There. I got his arm in. I had to strain a little bit just to get that arm in. I know I'm going to have to do the same here. Oh, you really got to put your force into it. So, right now, I mean, guys, that is a huge... I mean, look at the size of this thing. Good God. And chunky and heavy and just... Oh my God, that is a big piece already. Like, I don't even know if I'm going to have a box to put him in. He may have to go loose. He may have to go loose compared to the others. Alright, so we've got the torso and we got the arms. Number 3 here on this list is the Batman Last Night on Earth Comics 1. And he comes with a lot of good accessories. Box looks really good. The packaging looks really good as well. I'm going to go ahead and, like, pop open the tape here. Again, I'm glad I brought I'm glad I kept my scissors with me the whole time here. Let's go ahead and get the tape off of there. We got the tape off. And this Batman is totally different than any other Batman I remember. Not a bad thing. Not a bad thing. Like, I may have to, and what I may do is I may put Bane in one of the boxes by himself for right now. But he comes with a baton, which is a really cool baton. This Joker head in a jar. Here, I'll do that. Look at the detail in that, guys. That is phenomenally detailed. Not bad for a, you know, Joker piece. We got the Bane hands and head here. And I'm going to break those out here so you can kind of see those. And then I'll show you the Batman. So here's the one of the hands here. As you can see, that's a huge hand. I'm a little worried that I should have put these on the arms before I did the... That's not even... It's in, but it doesn't feel perfectly in. That head actually, I'm a little concerned. Okay, I'll put him together after I get done. I wanted to see if I could get an arm in there, and so far, or a hand in there, and so far I've got it. It doesn't feel perfect though, and it isn't like fitting perfectly. I've heard that you can use hot water with this, and I'm trying to see if I can do this without doing that, because the hot water technique is a great idea, and I've heard a lot of toy tubers that I talk with, and especially a lot of people in the L.A.G community and other communities that I'm part of, Texas Toy Tuber Nation and stuff like that, you know, represent. That's my first time I ever get to say represent. But, you know, the Sleeping Collectibles community, the Life Anime Gaming, the Thousandth Ghost community, all of these great communities that I've gotten to be part of, especially through Discord, their Discords, have all kind of given advice on how to get this guy together. But right now, I'm going to show off that Batman. I want to show that off first. So here he is in his entirety. His head's tilted a little, but that is a really cool looking Batman. I love the sculpt. I love the leather belts for the cape there. It's like he was in like a straitjacket almost. It's so different than any other Batman I've ever had before. He does have, and I want to try to put some things in his hands here, just to see how this looks real quick. His hands are a little stiff, so I'm a little worried there. Oh, come on. If I can get that, if I can work his thumb. I'm trying to work something into his hands, and that's just, you always worry about breaking something like that. There. So here I've got him holding the head in one hand, and I'm going to try to put the baton in his belt because I'd rather pose it that way. Okay, I guess it goes handle side. Yep, handle side goes like that. There we go. I don't know, is that how it goes? I don't really see the baton in the sculpt or in the artwork there. But I'll put it like that for right now, so that way if he needed to draw it quickly, I guess. But yeah, I'll bring him closer again so y'all can see it. Again, that clamshell really messes with my leg, with the way the legs are posed there. In fact, that leg feels almost kicked out a little bit. I don't know, maybe it's just the way I'm looking at it. But really well detailed Batman figure. Like, I love the design of this. I love the artwork of it. And I like the combat boot Batman there. That's really cool. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and set him off to the side here as well. And we're going to go ahead and get these Bane pieces on. Again, I don't think this Bane was made more or less for posability purposes. I think it was more or less just made as a... that head just doesn't stay on. There. So far that's what I've gotten built. Again, he is really, really hard to keep together right now. That head feels... well, that head's on there now. His head does come off super easy. But, I mean, again, this is a huge piece right now. I'm putting it next to my Snowball microphone here. And it literally is bigger than the Snowball microphone as I'm getting started. But, I mean, look at that, guys. That is really... and he's really heavy, too. Okay, so now here comes the last figure, and the part that really is, from what I've been told, this piece alone is... these pieces alone are the hardest pieces to get on, and that's his legs. Guys, I'm not feeling this. I'm really not. But I'm gonna go ahead and take off the tape here. Cut this tape without cutting myself. There. Alright, we're gonna pop this open. Pull out the plastic clamshell there. Set that off to set the box over here so I can have it for later. And then I want to cut the tape. Ooh, there's extra hands with this one. So this is Omega, guys. This is Omega. Another Batman figure here. So I'm not familiar with the comic series this came from. However, I wanted these figures just because that Bane Build-A-Fig looks really cool. Like I said, I'm a huge fan of Bane. I even like Tom Hardy's Bane, and a lot of people are like, that's not really Bane. And I'm like, yeah, well, it's a Bane to me. I still remember, like, the cartoony Bane that they had in the Batman and Robin movie, and it was, I mean, I'm not going to complain. I didn't mind it. Alright, so, okay, this is the left leg. And I'm going to see if I can just pop that right on. Alright, so far, nope, didn't go on. It's not, and again, I've heard a lot of people say the same thing. This is really, really just loose on him. And there's the right leg. There, I felt that pop. Alright, well, I got the right leg on. Once it's on, it's on. There's no trying to take it off. Let's see if I can pick up that left leg. Alright. Just got to kind of like... I see the grooves that they mark on him. And that hand came off. He is not a well designed figure at all. Alright, I heard a click. God, he is really, really... If they were going to do a Build-A-Fig, they could have done something a little better with the legs there. That's frustrating. That is pure frustration right there. Because there shouldn't be any reason he is that hard to slide together. Like, it's not even trying to stay together now. Okay, that's close enough. Yeah, I've heard people say that they've actually glued the legs together just because that how tough this is. But I've got one leg to really go on there good. The other one's just giving me such a hard time. But he is a really, really tough figure to put together. And my hands are red right now, guys, from trying to put them together. But this is the final piece. How y'all are keeping him together is beyond me. I'm afraid to, like, try to stand him up right now because those legs are just super tough to keep on. But that's him. He is a massive, massive figure, and I mean, he looks really cool. Again, those legs come off way too easy for me. And it could just be that that I might need to do the hot water trick just to keep those joints together, because I know it expands it a little bit. But his hands are real loose there, and that's a concern for me, because that shouldn't come off that easy. I think if they'd have just worked a little bit with the sculpt and done something a little different there, we might have had a better figure here. I'm not hating it. It's not a bad figure. It's just super, super loose. Alright, well, Bane's together now. Now I'm going to show off this Omega one more time. And right off the rip, really cool looking figure. I love the design of this. Give y'all kind of a back look there so you can kind of see a little bit of his back sculpt. Here's his forward sculpt, and again, he is just really well detailed here. He got some really, really good joints here. Some really good designs here. He came with some extra hands here to give you kind of a punching pose. So I'm going to try to get one of those on. And I'm looking to see, make sure I put the right hand on the right fist here. And I'll swap out one of those open hands for a closed hand there. So, as you can see, you can change out the hand here for a punch. Here's the other hand if you wanted to see what it looked like loose. It's not a bad little piece there. I like whenever you get extra hands and stuff added. Posability, he is a lot more posable than the other figures there. He's got your typical McFarlane joints. The toe joints here that I always point out because that's a thing. Ooh, I'm winded just trying to put that Bane together. But this isn't a bad figure. I like this Omega. I really do like this Omega figure. That's really, really cool. So again, I mean, this was a great haul, and it was a pricey haul, not expensive, but you know, more than if you're trying to get a hold to him. And I think I just got that leg to stay in place. I don't know. But let's show off this Bane one more time, and I'm going to put the Scarecrow on him just to kind of give you the added effect of what he's supposed to look like when posed with that Scarecrow. So, what you can do here is you can take the Scarecrow, and that Scarecrow comes with a peg, and you just work that peg into the back of Bane here, if it'll go. It's kind of a hard thing to get in. Trying to, and it seems like everything else is just in the way, like that rope. Okay, let me stretch up his arms real quick. That might help out with getting him posed. So, right off the rip, I'm catching a time with trying to get that peg in there. Oh, come on. It's not going to work for me, unfortunately. It feels like it's just so loose that it's not wanting to go in. There, I got it. So after that, you can kind of pose him around to make him look a little haunting here. That's the way I want to keep him posed. Kind of like he's just... There we go. Turn the arms a little bit, and then after that, it kind of looks like he's holding on to Bane. It really adds to that figure, in my opinion. That's really cool. But he comes off super easy. It was really hard to get onto Bane because that peg is just so super loose. But this isn't a bad figure. This isn't a terrible figure. It's just a very cumbersome figure with poorly designed joints, in my opinion. I think that's the only downfall here, is these joints just aren't. It's so big that the joints just do not work for someone like me who doesn't really do many Build-A-Figs. I don't know, maybe I'm just not forcing it right, but I mean, I don't want to break the figure. There. It's a very loose. The legs are like the worst part of this. Other than that, the hands are there for a little bit of posability, but you really can't pose him much without something popping loose. Like the head itself isn't terrible. Like, I've got that on there good. The arms went on pretty okay. They went on okay. They were still a little hard to get on, but he is posable. I will say that he is posable. You just got to kind of work with the legs a little bit to make sure that they're gonna stay on. I didn't have too many problems with this leg wanting to come off. It seems to be on there good. It's this leg right here that feels like it's just not perfect, and maybe it's just my degree of working it that hasn't gotten it locked in. But it's still not a bad figure in my opinion. He's a really heavy figure though. Like, that Bane is heavy. And is he going to fit in a box when I go to put him back in? No. And on top of that, his hands come off. I really wish they would have kind of thought this through a little bit more. And I mean, I'm not complaining. It's a great figure. But these do not stay on too well. Not for me, at least. I don't know. Maybe I'm not forcing them hard enough or something. I don't know. It's just those sockets for the pegs for the hands are not great. But I mean, he's a huge figure. Still a huge figure. The detail is pretty good there. See, that's what I'm talking about there. You can't. Now his leg doesn't even want to stay on. So I think I may have overworked it. Which breaks my heart if it's not going to stay on. I'm going to have to glue it if I want it to stay on permanently. But anyway, guys, that's it for today's unboxing. Right now, I want to give a shout out to, and this is going to be a new segment that's going to be added at the end of each at the end of each premiere for Outside of the Box. But I want to give a shout out to Life Anime Gaming. Go check out Life Anime Gaming. They make some awesome quality content. Dondi over at Life Anime Gaming has been a phenomenal supporter of the channel for a long time, and he really does make good quality content. Go check him out. Give him a subscribe. He's doing a 400 sub giveaway like I am. Really is a great dude. Go give Dondi some love. Go check him out over at Life Anime Gaming. A link for his channel is in the description below, and there's a banner down here at the bottom that you can also find a link for his channel, or that you can also find the URL for his channel. But anyway, comrades, thank y'all so much for watching. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe. Y'all can follow me on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and Discord. Leave a comment below. Let me know what you thought of today's unboxing, or what you'd like to see me unbox next. Y'all can click on that bell icon, because that's going to keep you up to date with what we're doing, when we're doing it, and all that jazz. Check the links in the description for all my awesome friends' awesome works, as well as links to our merch shop, where you can get some KBG merch for a pretty good price. It's a really good price, not bad, and it also supports the channel. Also, go check out the link for our affiliate, No Name Nerd, where you can also get some awesome merch, like esports gear. And use the coupon code Kouldbaynegames, that is the channel name, Kouldbaynegames, at the end of the checkout to get you 10% off your purchase. So anyway, comrades, thank y'all so much for watching. Much love, and das vidanya.